So I'm back on the old electric buses. If you don't drive these buses often, the electric bus, you tend to have a split second of like, okay, let me remember how to start this thing, but it normally works out fine because as long as you don't think about it, your automatic muscle memory, but basically your body is your mind. Your body can become your mind. In other words, your body and your brain is like one, believe it or not. It's almost like, yeah, it's all connected, isn't it? So if you learn it, it becomes part of your body. So your hands go to the right place without even thinking about it. So that's one thing to remember in life, guys. Yeah, I've had one round already and had my break. Duty 5064W. Yeah, and it's been going alright. Generally a quiet route, but you do get busy times. And yeah, it's. I'm trying to think of anything that's significant. This job, man, you go from A to B. Sometimes you forget where you just all of the people that I'm trying to remember one person. Yeah, a lot of people was responding to me, you know, when they got the bus, you know, or wave when they went past the bus. But I get that on most of the routes. You know, you get people walking past. Yeah, I think generally, as I always say, it's what you put out comes back to you. So I generally have like I'm looking this way. Oh, people looking at me, I nod at them. Hello, oh yeah, you're right, how's it going? The young person comes on, where's your pass? Where's your pass? I ain't got it, driver, I ain't got it, I left it at home. Well, you shouldn't leave it at home, should you? Because it's an important thing, that's what gives you your free travel, don't you know that? Alright, uncle. I get called uncle, I get called big man, I get called driver, I get called sir. And sometimes I get called rude names, but not very often. Not from young people. Not often from young people. It's either an older person who's trying to be stupid. Yeah. Anyway, I better get going. That bus driver guy. Yeah. So I had 3 rounds on that 199. That was my first round, I think it was. Had a nice little homemade meal, rice with chickpeas and mackerel. So I'm going to leave in a minute. The driver behind me, he was worried he's going to be late because he was late following me going down because I had a really lot of passengers and had a lot of people, and that's why I was late. That's what happens. So I got in 17:58 and I'm going at 18:06. So that was my last trip going back from Canada Water back to the garage. Yes, it was a busy trip, and the bus behind me was worried he was going to be late because he was late on the trip before that, going back from Canada Water. Because sometimes you as the leader end up with a lot more passengers than the bus in front of you, your leader, and the bus behind you. And so when I left the stand, I ended up with half a bus full of passengers just coming out of the station and from other places. And then just getting onto Lower Road, I was already 3 minutes late, going through from Canada Water Surrey Quay station, going across that junction and then back down to Lower Road. That took a long time to get through because of the usual problem going on at Canada Water. I'm gonna have to do a film about that. The usual problem there is that they've got this cycle lane and it's bottlenecked and it causes problems. And then when I got to Deptford, before I got to Deptford, Pepys Estate, I was about 11 minutes late leaving Pepys Estate and just doing the job, just picking up people, no problems with people, just driving as fast as I could without going over the limit. Well, the bus is limited, and yet I was still 11 minutes late getting into Pepys Estate, which is named after Samuel Pepys. And so there's no way I could have caught up the time, so I just drove the best I could. When I was going up, I remember actually catching up with the other bus, not catching up physically, but on the bars I was in the middle. So we have these measurement of bars, and I was in the middle where it's supposed to be. So that was what was going on that trip. It was a very busy trip. It was so busy. I was full up going through Pepys Estate. People were standing up. People was getting close to the window at the front. But I made sure everyone was behind the line. There's a line on the floor. On the electric buses, there's no line there. But we know it's just behind the driver to keep passengers safe. And so, yep. Hope you like watching. Please subscribe if you do like the videos. And please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.